Coach always says there's 4 or 5 plays every game that have to be made in order for us to win.
Under pressure, firing, picked off.
We're making less mistakes. We're just going from the first snap in practice, we're just starting to go.
Dominique Curry, 4th touchdown of the night, and that was just beautifully executed.
You know, I feel as though we kind of got our swag back.
Another SaberCat defensive stop and a blocked field goal, and San Jose doing everything right. Nickna, plenty of time, looking deep downfield. He's got it! Touchdown, SaberCats!
It's time for SaberCats Weekly right here on Comcast Sportsnet. The SaberCats had a decisive win over Portland last week at the SAP Center. Coming up next, we'll go over the highlights with the coach, Darren Arbett. We'll also speak with the quarterback, Russ Mickna. That's all coming up next right here on SaberCats Weekly.
Hi, my name is Natalie, and this is my 2nd season being a Saber Kitten. My favorite part about the games is interacting with all the fans. Let's go SaberCats!
The Saber Kitten of the Week has been brought to you by Norton by Symantec. Well, now joining us on SaberCats Weekly, the head coach and owner of your San Jose SaberCats, Darren Arbett. Coach, pretty good weekend for your SaberCats.
The guys played hard and played very well.
And you got to be happy with that 6-3 record.
You know, at this point, I'm happy with the guys. We're getting better every week. We have to continue to do that.
Let's go over some of the scoring here as Dominique Curry, the story of the game. He had a great game, and he would go deep for the 27-yard touchdown.
The big fella played well. I like what he's doing, running routes and catching the football right now.
Southwick out of his own end zone. He's wrapped up and sacked for a safety. Jason Stewart.
And then let's talk about the pressures. Your old quarterback, Danny Southwick, is sacked Jason Stewart for the safety. You got to love the pressure and getting the points on the board.
They started a rookie center against Stewart, who I think is the best in the league at nose. Got a sack in the end zone.
That's a pretty tough matchup, isn't it?
Yeah. Your first game out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would line up for a field goal, and Luis Vasquez would block the field goal. So you're getting your special teams going early in this game.
Guys are making plays. Lewis understands that's not a playoff. A lot of teams, it's a playoff. Here it's not, and he did a nice job making a play.
Mickna looking left, pumping one, steps up in the pocket, down the sideline, touchdown, Rod Harper.
And then on a go route to Rod Harper for 24 yards would put you up at that point 23-6.
Coach Omar Smith spent a lot of time on that route. Rod did a nice job running it, being patient, and Russ got the ball to him.
Now you try to pound the football in, you'd finally get the touchdown in with a quarterback sneak.
You know, we want to get the running game going. The line is really behind it. They're working hard, and it's showing now.
Your last score of the first half, Dominique Curry would shake the defender in the middle of the end zone, and you're like, there's that basketball background really working for you.
It really is. He has a lot at the top of the route, and he's so big and strong, got open, nice catch.
And then you put some pressure on Southwick once again, and there would be Ken Fontenette with the interception.
Kenny's doing a nice job just covering. Now he's starting to get those interceptions and stop doing those push-ups.
He's feeling healthy right now, isn't he, for the first time in a long time?
He really is. He's starting to feel good, and whenever Kenny's feeling good, he's one of the best in the business.
Southwick out of his own end zone. Under pressure, firing, picked off again. Intercepted by Cleveland Thomas at the 12-yard line.
And then the next series, there's Cleveland Thomas, Coach. It's an interception, the 69th of his wonderful career.
I expect Clee to make plays. Like I said, I'm really putting a lot of pressure on the defense this year. Clee understands it. Kenny Okora understands it. They have to make plays.
And then the doctor, Nick Pertwee, with the 19-yard field goal would make it 47-13. He's been pretty solid for you this year.
He really has, and that's something he wanted to do is kick more field goals. I'm giving him an opportunity to do that, and he's not letting me down.
Later on in the fourth quarter, you'd throw it out to Jason Willis in the flat, and the great speed would be the easy touchdown, and it'd make it 61-27.
I like what Jason Willis did, just put his head down and got into the end zone there.
So the final score in this one would be 64-27, and you sweep Portland. You know, there's certain games where you need to win. We talked about last week how this is one where you said, okay, we need to take care of our business, and your team did exactly that. That's a good characteristic you like to see in your team.
I like what they did. We went to Portland the second time. That game could have went either way. The guys understood that. They didn't play well. They came out and they played very well and got the victory.
Coach, we talked so much about your offense, talked so much about your defense, but in this game, your special teams, kicking a field goal, blocking a kick, taking care of the ball in the onside kicks, your special teams, talk about them. They were fabulous in this game.
Starts with Coach Jarnigan. That's the first meeting early in the morning. He's doing a tremendous job getting everything together, talking to these guys about the scheme, and they're executing right now.
Is it easy for teams to get away from special teams? They concentrate so much on their passing game, so much on their defense that they cannot put the time in, and it's safe to say you guys always do?
I don't know what other teams are doing. I know we're putting a lot of time into special teams with meetings and during practice and starting the show.
Wardrobe has been provided by Casera Clothers. The SAP Center has been the longtime home of the San Jose SaberCats, and it's one of the busiest arenas in the country. Let's take a look to see how they get the arena ready for game day. Have you ever wondered what it takes to prepare a hockey arena for a football game? SaberCats Weekly went behind the scenes to find out. From hockey to basketball, concerts to arena football, it's all been played here. And with up to 180 scheduled events each year, the arena must be converted to different configurations on a regular basis.
The first step in the conversion process is we bring out the Zamboni machine and we clean the ice. After a hockey game, we level it and resurface it. Then we bring out a product called an arena deck, and that's about a 4x8 sheet of material that's about an inch thick, and we lay that out all over the floor to cover up the ice surface completely. Since the arena football field is a little longer than a normal sheet of hockey ice, we also have to level out the areas behind the ice surface, and that is about 2 inches thick.
Once the floor is laid down over the ice, it's time for the turf to be installed.
The turf that the SaberCats use is a great material. It's not the old AstroTurf that you would think of in the old football stadiums. It is a synthetic grass replica, and on the back of the turf is a cushion foam that almost like a carpet padding that you would put in your house. Each piece is 85 feet long because that is what a standard sheet of hockey ice is. It's brought out in various pieces, and its width ranges anywhere from 12 feet down to 4 feet. And those are put into place in a pattern that's made up of 18 separate pieces.
After the turf is installed, the giant rebound nets and goalposts are moved into position.
Those are hung with 1-ton motors that we attach to the ceiling structure, and then we drop those motors down, attach the nets to them, and lift them up to the Arena Football League specified height. And then we put a net in between the two that makes up the field goal piece.
And if you think changing a hockey rink to a football field happens quickly, think again.
It takes about 15 to 20 conversion individuals to convert from one setup to another. And it takes us anywhere from 6 to 8 hours to make that conversion.
The final touch in preparing the field is the installation of the board padding and a good vacuum of the turf. After a long day's work, everything is in place for fans to enjoy another exciting SaberCats game.
We're very fortunate in that the SaberCats are a very successful AFL franchise, and with the home hockey team, the NHL San Jose Sharks, both teams routinely make the playoffs, and that can present some scheduling issues. That's an issue that I think every building out there would like to have.
We're Rascal Flats. A friend, especially an informed friend, can make all the difference in the world when someone needs help.
That's why we're working with the Jason Foundation to launch our Be1 project, addressing the national health problem of youth suicide.
To find out how you can start making a difference as an informed friend, and be one for your friends.
Visit jasonfoundation.com and click on Rascal Flatts Project B1.
The SaberCats Week 10 Defensive Player of the Game is defensive back Ken Fontenette. In addition to 2 pass breakups, Fontenette recorded his first interception of the season, helping San Jose complete the season sweep of the Portland Thunder. The Defensive Player of the Game has been brought to you by Fries.com. Well, now joining us here on SaberCats Weekly, he's the quarterback of the SaberCats. It's always great to have him back on the program, Russ Mickna. How are you doing, Russ?
I'm hanging in there, It's good to be here, that's for sure.
Well, you know what? It's another good season for you guys. And I know talking with you, here at the facility, you're never happy, but so far so good. It's been a pretty good season for you.
Yeah, we're getting there, I'd say. It started off a little rough, for me especially. Banging the head's never a good thing. But now I feel like we're getting back into the flow. And, we've had some new faces. We have a new offensive coordinator, some young guys that are stepping in at receiver. And it's taken us some time to really get where we want to be, but I definitely think we're getting there now.
I think we all know concussions are really scary. What was that like for you earlier this year when you went out?
It's frustrating more than anything because, I feel like it wasn't a big hit or anything. It just kind of hit my head right, I guess. And like you said, the after effects are, they're scary. They really are. You don't feel right for a while. There's sensitivity to light, to noise, to movement, to everything. And you just kind of don't feel right. You don't know when that's going to come back. Now I'm back to feeling good and excited to get going forward with the season.
Yeah, you've been playing great, so efficient. Let's talk about Omar Smith because a lot of people don't think about it, but the guy who's calling the play and the guy who's throwing the football really need to be on the same page.
Absolutely. You hit it on the head. You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest things you hear about football, from the time you're 4 years old playing is you have to be comfortable with what you're doing and you have to buy into it. And it's been easy with Coach because he's doing things because they make sense. And we are continuing to grow and get better at those things. And we'll continue to get better.
Dominique Curry, we had him on the program not too long ago. He's a very special talent. Tell us what it's like, because Curry's he's killing it right now.
Absolutely, he's a special athlete. There's no doubt. From the first day he stepped on this practice field, we knew we had something special. It was just going to take some time to teach him and get him to really understand this game because it is a big transition. A lot of people think you're just, you're a football player is a football player, a wide receiver is a wide receiver, but there's intricacies to the game. There's details that are just a little different than the outdoor game, so they take some time. But Dom has picked them up really quickly, and he's just going to continue to get better.
And Rod Harper's become a very special target for you, player for you. Let's go through some of the wide receivers. I know you have the great relationship with Reggie Gray. You guys have known each other since college. But talk about Harper and what he's been able to do with you.
Rod is one of the most explosive guys I've been around. Straight line speed is outstanding. And as you've seen, we've gotten him going on vertical routes quite a few times. And he's kind of our security blanket, so to speak. We'll put somebody else on the first read, and he's the one that you can come down to, and he's going to get open. And he's done a great job of it so far.
And Jason Willis has had some big games with you also.
Absolutely. Jason's that guy that's the vertical threat, right? He's a straight line, fast guy who will do a great job of stretching the defense and going and making big plays. He's been great so far this year, too.
And talk about your relationship with Reggie Gray. I mean, this goes all the way back to college. You played in the Arena League together, but you also played in college together.
Yeah, when Reggie showed up to Western Illinois, he was about the same height and probably 30 pounds lighter, if you could believe it. He was just a little guy and had a lot of talent, though. Real shifty, real athletic. And, I had a couple of years in Chicago with him to really harass him about this game and really start to understand the details and the intricacies, and you see how great he is now.
And this season, you're off to a good start. I know you're not completely happy with the way everything has gone, but you've been around this game a long time. How good can this football team be?
We have more talent than any team I've been around. They're far and away. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of continuing to grow and gain that cohesiveness, that comfort and confidence level together. I really don't know where we could end up. It's exciting to see. But, the good part is we're at the midseason right now, and we're starting to play good football. So we have another 9 weeks of the regular season and 3 more after that to get to our peak.
We always love having you on the show. Stay healthy and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Philip Fulmer, and I'm proud to serve as the national spokesperson for the Jason Foundation. Are you aware that suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death for our youth ages 10 to 24, only surpassed by accidents and homicide? It is also one of the leading causes of preventable death in our nation today. Whether you are a student, educator, or parent, you can make a difference in your community. Visit jasonfoundation.com to learn how you can start making a difference today.
The SaberCats Week 10 Offensive Player of the Game is quarterback Russ Mickna. Coming off a bye week, Mickna delivered his most efficient performance of the season. With more touchdowns and incompletions, Mickna was in total control of the offense during this 64-27 win over Portland. Offensive Player of the Game has been brought to you by Fries.com.
Hey, how you doing, SaberCat fans? My name is David Highland. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. This is my 4th season of arena football, and I couldn't be more happy to be a part of the SaberCats. Something I'm looking forward to doing with the SaberCats is winning. It's a tradition that has been going on here for a long time. I hope to continue that this year. Let's go, SaberCats.
The SaberCats Player of the Week has been brought to you by Norton by Symantec. Coach Arbette with us once again here on SaberCats Weekly. And Coach, when you look at one facet of your team right now, which one do you think is playing the best?
Well, the one is special teams, offense and defense, and the coaching staff. They're doing really well right now. Coaches are teaching. Players are really buying into the system, and this team is growing.
You mentioned teaching, and I've seen that with your coaching staff. Is that something you truly look at? Just not somebody who knows football, but someone who loves to teach it.
All the coaches do. They do a great job, and in our meetings, they're saying, hey, I think this kid's going to develop. Give me a little time with them. I think in 2 or 3 weeks I can have him where you want him, coach. And they're very patient with these kids, and they do a great job working with them.
Well, now you're going to have back-to-back road games starting with Spokane. Things are very different with Spokane. The reigning MVP, Meyer, their quarterback, is out. And as you know, when your quarterback's out, it can make life pretty tough for your football team.
Yeah, it's about us. We need to get better as a football team. The guys understand that. We need to execute better. Coverage, blitz, blocking, running routes, throwing the football, catching the football. We need to get better in all those phases, and they understand that.
How tough is it mentally for a football team in a game that's all about throwing the football to have your number one guy go down?
It's tough. Nathan came in and did a nice job for us, and it's tough, but you have to have a number 2, and you have to spend time with him.
And when you look at Spokane, overall, this is still a pretty darn good football team.
Really good football team. Their defense is tough. They have some guys up front that can really get after the quarterback. More in the box. He got 2 interceptions against us last time. Their defensive backs, they're ball hawks. They can cover you. So we have our work cut out.
But you have to like the way your passing game is going right now with Russ. Watching it last week, it just seems like everybody, the timing is just there with everybody.
Have a lot of confidence in this group. Feel good about it. They've been practicing hard, and I wouldn't expect anything different in the game than them playing hard and doing what they have to do.
What is the key for your club always on the road? Because you're going into 2 very hostile environments, back-to-back weeks with Spokane, and then, of course, the big one down in Arizona.
Play football. That's what we're here for. It doesn't matter where you play. Don't get me wrong, I love playing at home. Our fans are the best in the league, and it gives us a lot of energy. But when it comes down to it, we're going to have to go other places and play. Let's go do it and play.
Do you play the it's us against the world mentality when you hit the road?
It really is, Chris. People are booing you and saying things about family members, and but you have to just block all that out, stick together as a group, and play.
Now, obviously, things are going good for you right now. You're 6-3. You're feeling good. You're on a nice win streak. But it just seems like you're having a lot of fun this year. What is it about you personally? It just seems like this is a year that's going really well for you as a head coach.
I like this group. They come in, they get their work in, and they have fun. And they understand what's in front of them, and they understand that they have to get better every day. And they work hard at it in the meeting room, weight room, as well as the football field.
Is it also a deal, too, the trust that you have in your coaching staff? It seems like you have great trust in these guys.
Gosh, the ultimate trust in all my coaches. Omar Smith played for me forever. I feel like I've known him my whole life. Cedric Walker is just a great human being and a tremendous coach. Jasper Harvey, he works hard. He's the first one in here. You can ask him to do anything and he'll get it done. And Jeff Jarnigan, everyone knows, is my right-hand man. I trust him with my life.
Well, you're going on the road to take on Spokane. Good luck, Coach.
Hey, thanks, Chris.
The SaberCats are heading out on the road. They're going to be taking on division rival, the Spokane Shock, and they're going to try and increase their winning streak to 5 straight games. We'll have the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet on Friday night at 7 o'clock. You can also hear the game on the radio on KMBR 1050. Of course, next week, we'll have all the highlights for you right here on SaberCats Weekly. We'll see you next time. SaberCats Weekly has been brought to you by Dr. Sharma South Bay Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Casera Clothers, Norton by Symantec, and Fries.com.